Christmas Eve, I had just enough champagne, jumping off the deck. We're racing from the snow to the back, fence in back, and then jumping back in the hot tub.
Oh, so much fun.
Woke up the next morning on the couch.
Yeah.
Didn't know where I was.
Yep.
I tried to stand up, and my whole foot was purple and green, and I realized I had shattered my foot. We're live. Great intro, babe.
Boy, girl for twins.
For twins? Okay, so we were talking about Patty Pimblett. Just announced that his wife is pregnant with twins right before his fight with Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Very jealous.
About the twins?
Oh, about the twins.
Yeah.
Right off the jump, when we get pregnant, I want twins or triplets. Get pregnant one time. Because then the idea of getting I'm really excited to get pregnant and have kids with you, but you know what? I have to give up a lot. Like, give up margaritas, give up Advil. I love.
Yeah, but I already said I could easily go no drinking while you were pregnant.
You did say that if I get pregnant, then you would give up alcohol too.
Of course.
But you'd have to give up alcohol, like Advil or Tylenol. You know I get mad headaches. And give up caffeine. Could you give up caffeine too?
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I could do it for
congratulations to Patty.
Yeah.
And his wife.
But... Okay, but boy or girl or boy-girl or girl-boy?
I would want girl.
Really?
Little girl twins are so freaking cute.
2 more of you?
That does seem dangerous. that seems a little bit scary. 2 of you would be pretty easy.
Yeah, 2 of me.
I've been parenting you for the last 6 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years.
2 little mini me's.
2 little mini. You guys would be really cute.
We'd be cute as
Except
fuck.
for our nephew Paxton. Literally looks like a mini you.
Yeah, and he's crazy. He's crazy. So like double him. I don't know. I could have been. No, he's about as wild. I was wild.
You're a wild man too.
Yeah.
I heard your sister was more wild than you.
She was.
I was the wild one too.
Yeah, so I don't know that we're going girl.
Well, pressure. Well, we don't have a choice, but pressure's on, babe. You better, I don't know, ice your balls or something. We're coming with twins off the jump. All right.
Well,
let's get started.
Talk about earlier. Or...
Austin Vanderford.
All right.
Okay, let's get started. I want to kick us off with a who's punching below the belt.
Okay.
But this is a story about us. And I want the fans to decide if I'm in the right or if you are. Who is punching below the belt?
Gotcha.
I prepped you a little bit about what story I was going to bring up.
I know where we're going, yeah.
And I'm just going to set the tone. So, me and you, recently dating. Yeah, you hadn't moved in yet.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, I need a drink of my beverage.
What are you drinking?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know.
Okay, I've never pretended to be like the epitome of health.
Yeah.
That is Red Bull, lemonade, and moonshine.
Moonshine?
Yeah, little moonshine shots.
From what?
From our bar. We had moonshine back there.
Really?
We did.
Yikes. Okay.
Red Bull, lemonade, moonshine. Delicious.
All right.
Okay.
I'm drinking black coffee.
You're the epitome of health.
I had jujitsu this morning.
Okay. So let me set the tone. We're recently dating. We got invited to go on a trip to LA. And this was actually a trip for you to meet your potential managers.
Oh, yes. That's right. I was just going to ask, why did we go again? But yeah.
This was a trip for you to meet potential managers. They wanted to see if you were going to sign with them. We went with Coach Dave. We went with Chris Williams. And that was it, right?
Yeah.
So we're staying in this Airbnb in LA.
Yeah.
And all this is just to set the tone. This has nothing to do with the story or with the who's punching below the belt. But the trip, we're in LA. We get drunk. You get hammered on the airplane.
On the plane. Yeah, on the ride there.
Because we got stuck on the tarmac and we were in first class. We got stuck on the tarmac for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And they just kept bringing you like double vodka 7 and 7s.
Is that? I have no idea.
You're drinking 7 and 7s.
Okay.
So we do our work in LA, staying at the Airbnb. We all 3 of us sneak out.
Yeah.
Why we felt like we need to sneak out because we're adults.
Yeah.
I owned my own house, but whatever. We wanted to sneak out from Coach.
By the way, thinking back, that house was crazy.
The house was really nice.
That was a really cool.
So We sneak out, run to a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Me and you get matching king.
We had talked about when you got me inebriated on the flight over there. You convinced me
to get matching tattoos.
Yes, you did.
And I was like, I'm gonna lock him down.
Yes, you
Once
got
we
me.
get matching tattoos, it's over for him.
Which is funny. I've got Paige Van Zant convincing me to get matching tattoos with her.
So and mind you, so we go to the tattoo shop, and the tattoo artist is like, "Oh, so how long have you guys been together?" I'm like, like a week.
Couple weeks,
week, maybe 7-8 days. And he was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me."
He's like, I've seen it. I've seen how this works.
I've seen how this ends. You still want the tattoos? I'm like, oh, we're getting the tattoos.
Yeah.
So me and you get a king, a queen. Chris got sunshine on his stomach.
Yeah.
And we all get our tattoos. I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because it's all the same. It was all the same day, right?
It was all the same day.
The flight. The
flight. The dinner. It was all in one day.
I was riding a nice little buzz.
You were riding a high.
Yeah.
We get matching tattoos.
Yeah.
All right. I see us. We're madly in love. The man of my dreams. I just got a matching tattoo with you.
Yeah.
This is how into the relationship I was.
Yeah.
So we're on the airplane on the way back. You're on Instagram. Do you want me to tell you what popped up on your phone?
Yeah.
You seen any titties lately?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So we're on the plane. You open Instagram. I watch over my shoulder like a crazy, crazy bitch that I am. You open an Instagram message from another girl.
Yeah.
And she sent you a bunch of nudes and sent a picture of her, like a close up of her face and her tits.
Yeah.
And then you swiped away really fast because you were like, oh shit, I just got caught.
Yeah.
You did. And I was like, I don't play that game. Show me what you just opened. You open it up. Naked picture. Great boobs, by the way.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And what did you comment back to her?
It was something along the lines with like, hey, I really appreciate the photos. I'm actually kind of seeing somebody right now, but thank you for the nice.
You said thank you so much for the pictures. Like I really I really appreciate it. Like thanks, but I'm actually seeing somebody. And you said thank you for the titty pictures.
Instead
of saying like, bitch, I'm blocking you, or I'm in a relationship,
or just ignoring the whole thing. I know
you went out of your way to message her back and just say like, "Hey, thanks so much for the pic. Like, I really appreciate it." Like, because you didn't want to hurt her feelings, but also, are you fucking crazy? Like,
saw how sweet I was. So,
I'm sitting in the first class seat next to you, and you're telling this girl, "Thank you so much for the titty picture."
Yeah.
So
thinking back, that wasn't like
was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So then I pretended to be sick or have to leave, and I left the airport. I ended up getting an Uber.
Yeah, because we weren't living together yet. I wasn't saying.
You weren't. We weren't. So then I have this fucking tattoo with you, and I'm like, this son of a bitch. Like, what did I do? So then.
And I knew something was wrong.
You knew
too.
something
I knew
was wrong.
You were upset.
I went home, and then you ended up coming to my house.
Yeah,
and being like,
still came over.
You still came over. Like, are you okay? I'm really sorry about that. And I was like, why would you say thank you for the titty pic? Like right now in our marriage, if I got a dick pic in my Instagram, if you saw me message the guy back, like, thank you so much for that beautiful cock picture. Like, awesome cock, bro. Thank you so much. I'm actually married, but I really appreciate the dick pic.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let me defend myself a little bit.
Go ahead.
So I'm brand new. Like I had like one professional fight or something. I'm like brand new into dating
the world
you and like getting flooded with like all these people on social media, following me, messaging me shit, like, you know, F you, all this stuff, you know, because I'm dating you now, right? And so I'm like brand new into the spotlight and
but you've gotten titty pictures before. That I guarantee that's not the first titty picture you've ever received.
Yeah, but this was like a different because this was not
usually they're solicited.
Yeah, so. You know, there's like, you know,
usually you have to beg for those titty pictures.
Yeah, like this lady, this young woman just sent me these photos. Like, I never asked for nothing. You had seen the messages. I never was
did.
like saying anything. She just was like, hey, here you go. And so I was like, well, thank you. But
thank you. That's really nice.
I didn't want to embarrass her. I was thank you. That was really nice. I'm seeing somebody and I'm, gonna marry this woman. So
you didn't say that.
Okay, but it was implied.
All you said is I'm seeing somebody.
Okay, it was implied.
Okay, so you've heard his side. You've heard mine.
That's probably why my nickname's the gentleman, right?
Because you say thank you so much for all the titty pictures you receive. Watch, after this episode, your inbox is just gonna be flooded with tits. Oh,
nice.
Joke's on them. I'm gonna look at them all.
Yeah. We look together.
We're gonna look together and rate them.
We'll look together. Yeah.
Okay. So we're asking for comments. Comment who.
I'm probably punching below the belt.
Yeah. Who's punching below the belt? Who's fighting dirty?
Maybe I could see some people siding. Well, I could see most men siding.
We have a lot of male listeners, so guys, remember who you're here for. You're here for me.
All right. Well.
Okay. Anyways, that's our first little segue.
Yeah.
Christmas. What are we doing this year?
We're heading to Alaska.
We are again.
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted to share
2 years in a row. I don't think we did the year before that, but yeah.
No, 2 years in a row. We're going to Homer, Alaska, which we're really excited about. We're going to go hang out with your family. So I want to share some of the drama that I've been having to deal with trying to get this trip to actually happen.
A nightmare. Yeah.
So last year. So actually, no, let's talk about this year. So I booked it through Airbnb, which me and Airbnb have a bone to pick, and I don't want to shit on them too much because.
Yeah.
But I kind of do.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's just set the tone. So
yeah.
I booked us an Airbnb. It got approved.
Yep.
I have a great Airbnb resume or profile.
Yeah.
Tons of like really good reviews.
We've stayed at a lot of Airbnbs.
We've stayed at a lot. We've stayed all over the world. We've stayed in Tel Aviv at an Airbnb. We had a long-term stay at an Airbnb. And I always try to leave the house cleaner than when we show up.
Yeah.
So really good review. So for whatever reason, we book a house in Homer, Alaska. I paid in full. So it's all paid for. And then a week later, I get a message from the host saying, hey, the house wasn't supposed to be listed. It's not available. So they cancel the reservation.
Yeah.
We don't have anywhere to stay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shoot, okay, let's stay in the same house that we stayed in last year.
Yeah.
And I knew that we were kind of rambunctious at that one. And
kinda.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So I booked through VRBO.
Yeah. And
book it. We're good to go. I pay for that one. So now I've paid for 2 Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And I am putting the work on my credit card.
Yeah.
Because
this is like 10 days. We're staying for 10 days.
Yeah. So we're staying in Alaska for 10 days. So every time I book the Airbnb, I'm putting, let's just, okay. Like $7,000. I'm putting like $7,000 on my credit card. And I can't get the money back until it goes through like the processing, which takes up to the Airbnb was like, oh, it can take up to 15 days for you to get reimbursed. Yeah. So then I'm just trying to book these Airbnbs. So then I book through VRBO. It gets approved. Then I get another message. Hey, it's not going to work out. You need to, no, I just get a message saying, hey, you need to pay for your Airbnb or for your VRBO house. I was like, so I call them like, yes, I did already pay. Yeah. And then VRBO was like, oh, well, you need to call the third party rental company. I called them and the rental company is like, well, actually you got denied. The host said you can't stay here anymore because you didn't follow the rules last year. Yeah. In that one, yeah, you know what? I get it.
We'll take that one.
I'll take the hit on that one. Yeah. So last year we...
Yeah, what happened last year?
Okay, but hold on. My Airbnb saga is not over. Okay. Then we'll come to what happened last year.
All right.
So then I book another house on Airbnb. Pay in full. Yeah. The same thing happens. They tell me the house isn't available. But... they waited, so I book it on November 30th. Yeah. They waited until a week later to cancel. Yeah. And it's like, we're supposed to leave here in a week or two.
Yeah, they say like the house wasn't supposed to, it was supposed to be blocked off for the winter months, but it wasn't. It's like, okay, but it's been a week. You guys read the message. You guys accepted our, like, what the hell?
Which is funny because our family lives there, and so Nick was able to go drive past the house and be like, yeah, it definitely doesn't look like anyone.
Yeah, the driveway hasn't been plowed.
It does not look rentable. So I think that's true. The house was listed in error. So I call Airbnb. So the host, though, never canceled the reservation. They just messaged me and said the house isn't available. Yeah. I can't go cancel because then it's a non-refundable stay. Yep. So then they'll keep my money. Yeah. And I was like, no, please cancel this so I can rebook somewhere else. I had to call Airbnb 5 times. And I'm like, please, can you just get the host to cancel so I can rebook somewhere else? And they're like, oh, this is really rare. This never happens. I'm like, it just happened 2 times in a row to me.
Yeah.
2 times. Like, so I'm like just trying to hustle and try to get a new house. And the funny issue that I have.
There's got to be compensation, right? They got to help you. Or
they have to compensate me somehow or help me.
Yeah.
No. Airbnb gave me a $35. Thank you so much for your I'm so sorry for your troubles. Like, imagine if we weren't able to find another house.
Yeah.
We're coming from Florida. We have us 2 coming from Florida. My family coming from Oregon. Your family coming from Oregon. People coming from Anchorage to the middle of nowhere in Homer, Alaska. Yeah. It's not like it's easy to get there.
Yeah, not easy. Yeah.
So the trip's in 2 weeks. And now I've had 2 Airbnbs cancel. We have nowhere to stay. Yeah. Airbnb's like, oh, well, here's a $35 credit. I'm like, okay, well, thanks for my $35.
35 asterisk.
But I can only use the $35 on a future stay that costs more money than the amount I spent on this trip.
Yeah.
So I have to spend over $7,000 to use my $35 credit.
Yeah, not great customer service.
No. Yeah. And it's like I could not get anybody to help me. It took me like days to get them to cancel the reservation. I was like, the host messaged me and said that the house isn't available. Yeah. Can you please just cancel it and reimburse me?
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a headache. Finally, we're booked. I messaged a host ahead of time and said, like, hey, please confirm your house is available before I book it. I'm sure I seem like a psycho because it shows available. But I was like, please, we're dealing with some stress. Like, just let me know it's available before I book. We're good to go. Christmas is back on.
Yeah.
After I was like, fuck this. We're staying in Florida. We're not going anywhere. This is...
Yeah, family, if you're listening, we were close.
It was really close.
It was close to just staying here for Christmas.
Okay, but let's talk about our VRBO stay.
Last year. Why we have the black mark on our VRBO account?
No, just that one house.
Okay, just
that we didn't follow. Okay. Apparently we didn't follow the rules, but I feel like I could contest that one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at arguing. You take it away.
Well, okay. First off, you're renting out this giant, it was it was a duplex, but the whole thing was like, connected or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so we had half of us staying on one side, half the other. But they got this hot tub out on the deck, and it's winter out, and the deck is elevated.
And the deck's 2 stories high.
And it's like, you're in this 104-degree hot tub, and
then you get really hot,
and then you drinking some champagne and jumping into the 5 feet of snow or whatever. It snowed a ton last year before we got there. It's like, this sounds really fun. So 1 bottle of champagne turns into like 6. We're all a little drunk, and
hold on, this is the first day. We showed up on Christmas Eve.
Yes,
this is Christmas Eve, the first day we flew in from Florida.
Yep.
We are getting hammered in the hot tub with your dad.
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad is part to blame.
Yeah.
So it was me, you, your dad, Garrett, who's our manager. Like, he's supposed to protect me.
Yeah.
And Nick.
And Nick, yeah. My Vietnam dad, he was even jumping off into the snow.
Yeah, you didn't really lay that home. We were all jumping off of a 2-story deck into 5 feet of snow out of the hot tub.
Yeah.
They did have Ring cameras. I'm sure we were a tad bit of a liability.
Oh, man.
Because I did break my foot.
Yeah, you broke your foot. Yep. So that was a night you broke your foot. We had no idea until the next morning.
Christmas Eve, I had just enough champagne jumping off the deck. We're racing from the snow to the back, fence and back, and then jumping back in the hot tub.
Oh, so much fun.
Woke up the next morning on the couch.
Yeah.
Didn't know where I was.
Yep.
I tried to stand up, and my whole foot was purple and green, and I realized I had shattered my foot.
Yeah. So Christmas Day, you woke up to a broken foot.
And I'm like limping upstairs, and I'm like and then I just crawl in bed with you, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wake up, and it's all going to be better.
Yeah.
So I finally get in bed with you. We wake up again, and I'm like, hey, baby. Yeah, I broke my foot. And it was another one of those situations where you're like, no,
you didn't break your foot.
My 70-year-old dad was jumping off the deck. He didn't get hurt.
He didn't. Yeah, Santa came down the chimney and broke your foot for Christmas.
I woke up Christmas Day with a broken foot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And a black mark on my VRBO account.
Yeah, so we didn't get to stay in this house. Oh yeah, and we only got to use the hot tub the one night because we somehow broke it.
We didn't break the hot tub. It was just full of dirt from jumping off the deck. And
yeah, something. Yeah, it was all messed up.
That's why you get renter's insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for.
So
anyways, I broke my foot. We didn't have health insurance. So yay, that was out of pocket.
Yeah.
Broke my foot Christmas Day. It's all healed up. So this year I'm going to wear boots when I jump off the deck.
Yeah, maybe we'll tone it down with the jumping.
I'm just not going to be barefoot.
Okay. Yeah, good call. Yeah.
I mean, if there's a deck to jump off of in a pile of snow,
you're jumping.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know that this one's got. Well,
it's got a deck.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
We're having a good time.
Okay, family traditions. I would say so Christmas is definitely my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
We never necessarily had family traditions. I guess me and my mom, like, we would set the nativity scene out. That was like really fun. I love decorating with my mom, but yeah, we didn't really have family traditions. Did you guys?
I mean, I'm trying to think. Not really. Well, as the years kind of went on, we typically always did like a white elephant gift exchange. Okay. Like, really funny. I think one year I got a cat in a can. If you guys know what that is. A cat in a can. A pussy in a can.
Oh my.
So I received that one year.
Word. Okay.
You got it. Yeah. We always did. Yeah. We started doing like white elephant and stuff. I'd say for maybe the past like 10 years or so, but not really. But I will say Christmas is probably my favorite holiday, and just because usually we get everyone together, like the whole family together, and that's, you know, the most fun is like getting to spend time with everybody.
I agree. Yeah. And my family is so small, of course. Like, we used to get together with I had one set of grandparents, and then but my family is so small, like my immediate family, so I like Christmas now because I get to spend it with you guys. And your family is so much fun. Yeah. And you never know what chaos is going to happen. And
you really
don't. And unfortunately, my mom can't make it to Christmas, but she's going to fly in for New Year's. Yeah. So her and her boyfriend are coming for New Year's.
Damn, remember, so last year you broke your foot, and then I think it was like a couple years before we did Christmas in Alaska, and then we did New Year's down in Homer.
Yes.
And you burnt the shit out of your leg.
Oh,
it was like
my gosh.
3 a.m. We got home from all the bars, and you and I were like, oh, we are
let's
Airbnb.
Take a steam shower.
Yeah, had a steam shower, and you just burnt your leg so bad.
I am still so scarred from that. Yes, we did Christmas in Ninelchik. And then we did New Year's in Homer, like we're doing this year.
Yep, same thing.
That steam shower, whatever reason we were hammered, and we were like, let's go take a shower.
Oh boy, so what's gonna happen this year?
Please don't.
We're gonna wrap you up in bubble wrap. Before. Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I'm excited. My mom's bringing her boyfriend, so this will be new.
Should have some fun stories.
We should definitely have some fun stories.
Yeah.
Let's try to prank him, my mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Let's do something funny.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this.
Break him in.
We gotta break him into the family. Okay, so I have a funny story about my mom.
Okay.
No, we'll come back to that because I have a fun game for us to play.
Okay.
It's called I Knew I Made It When.
Oh yes,
because for whatever reason we were talking about the airplane story. It made me think back of all the times that we just like recently started flying together.
Yeah.
And there were things you did that would piss me off.
Yeah.
That pissed me off for absolutely no reason. It's completely uncalled for. But it was just the way I was raised.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start it off. So I knew I made it when I started paying for the in-plane Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's so funny, but true.
So when me and you first started flying together, I had already been in the UFC.
Yeah.
I've already been the main event in the UFC.
Yeah.
Twice. And I had already been on Dancing with the Stars. I'm a homeowner. All these great things. I still refused to pay for the in-plane Wi-Fi because I thought it was a waste of money.
Hilarious enough, that is not even the most frugal thing that you
that
do.
I do. Okay,
Yeah.
but wait. So then you would.
But continue.
I would start flying with you.
Yeah.
And you would like immediately buy the Wi-Fi for $9,
Yeah.
and then you'd be like scrolling on your phone. I'd be
Yeah.
so pissed at you because I'd be like, this spender.
Yeah.
How dare he spend $9 on in-plane Wi-Fi on a 4-hour flight? Just play on your phone for 4 hours. Listen to
Yeah.
music for the next 4 hours. So I knew I made it when.
And now I'm walking around with PSA 10 Patrick Mahomes graded cards in my pocket.
Why is that in your pocket?
I don't know. I was looking at it earlier and
the amount of football cards that are in your bed.
Anyways, yeah.
In your bed, our bed.
But continue. Yes, I'm the naughty spender, but
you're the naughty spender. I knew I made it when because now, well, luckily now actually, most planes Wi-Fi's free.
Yeah.
So, but if I have to, actually no, I get free Wi-Fi because I'm a loyalty member on like Delta. We fly Delta.
Yeah.
And I've flown.
Yeah.
I've flown so much that I'm like a gold or platinum, whatever, and you get free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So, okay. My second one.
Yeah.
I stopped driving an extra 10 minutes for the cheap gas.
Oh.
Now I just go to the gas station that's right across the street.
Yeah.
When I was in so I went to community college for 2 years when I was from 16 to 18 years old.
Yeah.
And when I had to get gas, I would make sure I drove a certain way to school because I knew there was this gas station. If you paid in cash, it was like 20 cents cheaper than anywhere else. And now I don't have to do that, which I really appreciate.
I'd say that for me, the same gas, I still, and I know this isn't good for my vehicle, but I still go until I've got like 3 miles left, and then I go and get the gas. And
which actually that wastes more gas.
Yes, I know, but I still got in my head like, gosh, damn it, it's like $100 to fill up every time, and so I really
you really push it to the limit. You do the same thing with my car when you drive it.
Yeah, I know. I'm bad.
You'll return my vehicle on empty, and I'll go to the store, go to the card shop for you, and my car has no gas in it.
Yeah.
So you really screw yourself out of getting like gifts.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew I made it when. Brings us back to one of our prior podcasts, but I started buying $12 socks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really happy about my socks.
Yeah, you love those
I have them on right now, and my feet have never been more comfortable.
Yeah.
I love my $12 socks. All right. I have 2 of them on here for you.
Okay.
You knew you made it when?
I knew, so I would say like, especially in the, mainly when I was in college, it was like every single day, $5 foot long for lunch because it was $5. Well, it was really, like $6. Like $5.75 or something. Mm-hmm. But when I stopped having to get a $5 foot long every day for lunch, I was like, this is. I
made it.
Yeah. So like once I started fighting, gosh, my other, I knew it. I made it when
you did talk about that you can buy hobby boxes now instead of
retail boxes. Yeah.
Which for the people who don't know what cards are, what's the difference between a hobby box and a retail box?
A hobby box are like the higher end, or you have you're pretty much guaranteed like autos and stuff. Retail boxes, the ones you get from like Walmart and in Target, and which actually some products. So like I'm gonna talk a little card for a second.
Go for it.
23 Mosaic, I love the blasters. I've hit like way more cool shit out of the blasters than the hobby boxes and stuff. So, but yeah, and carry around some pretty cool cards in my pocket.
Yeah, some pretty cool stuff in your pocket. How much, out of curiosity, how much is that football card worth?
Oh, that's $1,000 card, I would think. Maybe a little more.
You got it in your pocket? I mean, it's in a protective case, but
yeah, it's a graded. Yeah, I mean, probably $1,000 card, I would think. $900, $800.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Congratulations.
Love that card.
Okay, then I actually wanted to do the opposite end of this.
Oh, okay.
Things that will never change no matter how well I'm doing.
Okay.
And these I think you could play into because obviously you know how cheap I am and the weird things I do.
Yeah.
But I wrote down I will never buy name brand products if there is a generic version. Like if we're at the grocery store, there's a generic version. They're literally the exact same thing. Generic all day.
Yeah.
Like why would I waste, like if I'm talking about
you do this.
Advil again.
Yeah.
If I'm going to buy Advil and you can get it's the same active ingredient. I can get the exact same thing for literally $10 less.
Yeah.
So generic all day. I will never not be obsessed with our air conditioning.
Oh, fuck. Sweating me out of this.
Yeah.
Sweating me out of this damn house.
Yeah.
Is what she does. So let's go into this. During the day, our thermostat is set at 78 degrees. And I sweat my dick off.
If you watch the FPL commercials, that's the Florida Power.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's save money and go green. Everybody keeps their air conditioning at 78.
Okay, I'm going to say something.
Sometimes it's like 20 degrees colder than it is outside.
I'm going to say something, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but those FPL commercials, do you notice the age of the folks who are in these? They're a little bit older, and they run cold.
Older and wiser. Older.
They're wiser,
and
but
wiser.
They're older, and they run cold. I run hot.
If you're hot, go take a cold shower. We don't need to waste air conditioning.
Okay, so I can somewhat deal with the 78 during the day because I'm in and out of the house anyways, but it's the nighttime that it's like I prefer it to be.
I do let you sleep with the AC on.
Yeah, but I would in a perfect world, the AC for me or the thermostat would be at like 65 at night.
Not a chance.
Yeah, not a chance.
That is literally just spending money.
Yeah.
Blindly.
So I go to 70, and most of the time you wake up in the middle of the night and crank it up to 74, and then I know I like wake up in the morning, I'm sweating, I don't have any cover.
That?
Yes, I noticed that. And then I like to be funny and set at 69, but you'll
set the air at 69. You know, the second you fall asleep, I turn it up to 73.
I know, and it pisses me. And I wake up in the middle of the night in my head thinking like, gosh, and then I frustrate myself so much that I can't sleep because I'm like, I know she changed it, but I know if I get up and turn it down, I'm going to be awake, and it takes me a really long time to fall back asleep.
It does.
Yeah. Anyways, so yes, the air conditioning. You know what? This is more.
I'm like a crazy dad.
You know what this is? This is more of what are the little things that we do to just really get at the
other person off.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's me being frugal.
Yes, you are.
Saving money.
You are very frugal, which is good because I am not.
You are a spender.
Yeah,
oh, dear Lord, you're a spender.
So we need you.
Yes.
I need you.
Yeah. Otherwise.
I need you. We need you.
Yeah.
But you kind of need me too because you're frugal to a fault at times. You stress yourself the fuck out.
I do. I had a very stressful morning. I had an adult for like 4 hours this morning, and it was awful. And then I went for a walk, and
you know what's so funny?
What?
So I had jujitsu this morning.
Yeah.
And the whirlwind's already blowing,
taking over the house. Yeah.
And you're
but
stressed.
Listen, okay.
No. You're stressed. I hug you, and I tell you, babe, it's gonna be all right. I go to practice. The hilarious thing about me going to practice is, I get there, I have my backpack, I put my phone in my backpack. And most days, like as soon as I get off the mat, I'll check my phone, see if you've texted or called or whatever. This morning, I knew you were stressed going to practice. So I got off the mat. I was like, I'm not even going to check my phone. I'm just going to come home, and I'm going to wait until she greets me, and I'm going to see how gauge how stressed she is. And as soon as I walked home, you opened the garage door for me. And I knew when you opened the garage door for me, I was like, okay, we're good. She's not stressed.
We're okay.
We're okay. Yeah, everything's good.
There was a lot to stress about this morning, though.
There was. Yeah.
There was a lot.
Yeah, but things worked out, like I said.
You need to just let me stress out. Like, if I'm stressed, you don't need to sham wow my stress. I feel like that's such a... Like, you always try to fix my problems. Listen, you can't fix my problems. I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Only I can fix my problems.
But here's
and just don't let my stress you out. Just go ahead and let me be stressed.
Here's that little issue is I'm typically not a stressor. I stress about different things.
Yes, different things.
But I don't really stress all that much. But you being stressed stresses me the fuck out.
Yes.
And so then I'm stressed when I don't want to be stressed.
Well, don't let my stress you out.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so I'm out for a walk, though. I went for a walk to cool off. I felt better. I was able to send some emails on my walk, but, okay, saw something interesting on Instagram, and this is a totally different subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see that video of Tyreek Hill when he scored a touchdown? He's in the end zone.
Yep.
He does a backflip, or he goes and he takes the camera from the sideline guy.
Yeah.
Films himself doing a backflip.
Yeah.
And gives the phone back to the kid.
Yeah.
Well, then the kid submits it to the NFL. The NFL posts it and plugs this video. This video is everywhere.
Yep.
Did you know that sideline guy, the media guy, got suspended?
Yeah.
Probably indefinitely.
It's the no fun league.
Yeah.
The NFL, the no fun league.
But this is my first, like, okay, but NFL, you posted the video.
Yeah.
You shared it everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't promote something that you're banning.
So was it actually I didn't see it was posted by the NFL on
the NFL was posting it. Well, that's what I saw on the internet. That was what everyone was up in arms about, is the fact that the NFL posted it, shared it, and used it.
Yeah.
And then they go and suspend the guy, probably indefinitely. But Tyreek Hill now is paying. He's going to pay his salary.
Yeah. By the way, another quick little football. Someone asked me before the season, or maybe it was like 3 games in the season. Someone was like, "Who's the best wide receiver in the NFL?" And I sat there and I thought for a second. And I've always, if I was going to draft a team, the first receiver I was going to take was Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
We're talking fantasy football. But I've changed. It's Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
He is the best wide receiver in the league. And I wouldn't be pissed if he got MVP of the league this season. He's just unbelievable. But so a little sidetrack, but going forward with the celebrations, I wish they could go back to the old day, like Chad Johnson, which trains with Dr. Pedro Diaz in Florida. He's boxing now. Had the coolest like touchdown celebrations, and it was always so fun. It was like every week you knew he was going to score a touchdown, and you wanted to see what he would do. He was like pulling Sharpies out of his socks, like signing the balls.
That's so
it was
funny.
so cool.
And I'll tell you, like, for me, I'm not a quote unquote football fan.
Yeah.
Like, if I wasn't married to you, I would never watch football on Sunday.
Yeah.
But because of all of the dances and the celebrations, it makes someone like me a fan. I want to see what they're doing. It's hilarious. I'll watch it on Instagram. I'll try to recreate it.
Yeah.
There's it really brings so much more publicity to the NFL.
Yeah.
Because it's like the casual fan or the non-fan. Now I have a reason to tune in, because I would love to see these football players do a funny dance or like pretend they're giving birth to the ball. Like some of the funny things that they've done. So I think it's ridiculous. Like, why did they stop letting them do the celebrations?
Again, it's the no fun league. I mean, some things, like in particular, one I can think about, and I can't remember who the team was. I want to say it was the Eagles, Cowboys. One of the Eagles scored a touchdown, I think, and he like went to center field, went to the Cowboys star and like celebrated, and then, or it was something crazy, but it ended up turning into a fight because then the Cowboys scored, he went over. It was like something crazy, but so I guess that's what it is, but they want to de-escalate extracurricular things after, but it's so dumb.
I want to be at practice though when these guys are
going over.
All right, hear me out. Like, I'm a football player already. I'm Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Hear me out. After I score, I need you to go lay on the ground, and I'm going to be pretending to pull a football baby out of you. You will be birthing a football. How do you convince your teammates to say yes to that?
Yeah, there was one, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, and I think he's a rookie for the Ravens. I believe it was Zay Flowers scored a touchdown. Zay Flowers, and he like caught a touchdown, and he pretended it was like a wedding and a bouquet, and he threw it over his shoulder. Someone caught it. Yeah. His quarterback, Lamar Jackson, was not impressed. He thought it was really lame. And
really?
It was pretty funny. He was like, the look he gave like afterwards, just like shaking his head like, man, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, but
some of these guys have to be like, what are you doing?
some are so creative,
but
though.
some of them are like, no, they're special.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. I love all of them, but I just think like, who's thinking of these, because they're so creative and so funny.
Well, who's coming up with the handshakes as well? Because
yeah.
and I've never had a special handshake like that.
We have had a secret handshake.
Yeah, but man, some of these are so good. Like,
they're good.
They're very creative, these folks. So.
They're just more creative than we are.
Yeah, I don't really have that creative.
Maybe football players are the most creative of all athletes.
The celebrations and stuff are awesome. I love it.
I'm all for it. I hope that the NFL lets them keep doing it.
Yeah. Probably not, but yeah.
You don't think so?
Cool. Well, I think gone are the days that, like, the Terrell Owens and the Chad Johnson celebration, like, they were bringing props out, like they were hiding phones like in the goalposts, bringing them out.
That's funny.
Like stacks of money and so it was so
and
cool.
I've never seen any of that.
It's because they want it to be, they want it professional. They, like, the reason that you get fined for your socks being too low or something. But this is the issue.
This actually plays into like the UFC outfitting policy.
Yeah.
When they went to Reebok, I was a big part of that. I immediately got signed by Reebok, so I was stoked. So I didn't really necessarily feel the hit that the other fighters felt of losing huge sponsors.
Yeah.
Little did I know, because I had never had. I was just brand new to the scene, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize the potential of how much money I could get by bringing in sponsors. Some of these people were bringing in tons of money.
Oh, man.
So switching to the outfitting policy, one, they lost a ton of money, but I also feel like fighters lost their identity.
Yeah.
Like, you would watch who can I think of in particular? Cowboy walking out in his outfits, or like, Donald Cerrone. All of these fighters they had their signature walkout, their signature outfit, their American flag, their Brazilian flag, and it really, which they brought flags back to the UFC.
Yeah, they took it away for a little bit.
They did.
Brought it. Yeah.
But for me, the outfitting policy took away the fighters' individuality.
Yeah.
That really was like, I'm obsessed with Donald Cerrone because he's a cowboy. He's got his hat. He's got the whole look.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these fighters that took that away from them, and that's like with the NFL. Like, they don't have they're all in uniforms. You can barely tell who each other is, like, because they have helmets on.
Yeah.
When they're able to do these hilarious, like, celebrations, it brings out their personality. It makes me a fan. Like, I'll be a fan of these people just because they did a badass victory dance.
Yeah.
And I feel like it makes more fans, and it makes people more loyal fans, because you fall in love with somebody's personality and their individuality, which you can't see on a football team.
Yeah. I mean, there's some silly, even in the NBA, I think it's LaMelo Ball, like, he has a tattoo on his neck, and they're making him cover it up because it's branding.
It's a brand. Isn't that his? But it's his name. But his name, he made his name a brand of something. Yeah,
I don't know the specifics, but, like, okay, some of it. I mean, I get some of it, but and I get you want it to look professional and all this, but yeah, I think a lot of it is just way too far, and if you want to broaden your audience, and especially the celebration stuff. Celebration.
So LaMelo's, I just looked this up.
Yeah.
The initials are short for his middle name.
Yeah.
It's his middle name, LaFrance.
Yeah.
And it's also the name of his clothing brand.
Yeah, or his uncle's clothing brand or something, maybe.
Google says it's his.
Okay. Yeah.
It says the NBA prohibits players from displaying commercial logos on their bodies during games.
Yeah.
Which I understand. The NFL, it's like with any big corporation, the
sponsors.
NFL, NBA,
they're relying
UFC.
on sponsors, and I think most teams now have, at least for the NBA, most teams have or at least I don't think they've changed it, but most teams have like one brand that sponsors them, and they have it on their Rocketeer or something. Like,
I saw like BioFreeze, I think, was the sponsor for the Blazers at one point.
So I mean, I guess I get that, like the conflict of
interest. I get it, because then the NBA, NFL, they need to have their own sponsors because they're a corporation as well. But Okay. Beyond
Agreed.
that, the celebration dances or the they're just cool.
Oh, bring those motherfuckers back.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're funny.
Don't fine them. So
no,
dumb.
Don't fine them. And it's like we're in the era of like TikTok and Instagram Reels, the celebrations. You'll have every teenage boy going and recreating it.
Yeah. You know, which is funny too. Well, a guy like Tyreek Hill, he's making a ton of money. Mm-hmm. Like he can do it. But you know, like Brock Purdy, it makes less money than a lot of college athletes. He's not even making $1 million to be the starting quarterback, potential MVP of the NFL this year. He's making like, you know, imagine him going and celebrating and getting fined like $50,000.
That's a big cut of his.
That's a big cut of his check.
Purdy is arguably the NFL's best value at $870,000.
Yes.
In his 2023 total cash compensation, salary plus bonuses.
Yeah, he's got a roommate. He's in the NFL. He's a starting quarterback for the.
When I saw his pay, especially because now I'm into football cards with you, I watch football with you like crazy, and we know Brock Purdy is incredible. Mm-hmm. When I heard his pay, that's insane. That's
crazy, right? You know, because we talk about fighter pay a lot. Yep. We talk about all this stuff, and to be the starting quarterback for, you know, right now the best team in the NFL, and he's making less than $1 million. He's making substantially less than a guy like, I think, who should do Deion Sanders' son at Colorado. He's the quarterback, and with all his NIL deals and stuff, like he's probably making, I would say he's probably making like 4 times as much as Brock Purdy is.
Which, and I don't take that away. I think college athletes should be paid.
For sure. And you know, and everyone talks like, man, these athletes get paid so much, and you know, of course they do, and there's some that get paid insane, but then there's some like this where it's like, you know, Brock Purdy's a serious injury away from never being, you know, the same, and then
it's like crazy. When you can play at that high of a level, which obviously $870,000 a year is a ton.
Of course,
but you know, you have to, a lot of things in his life are tax write-offs, but you have to think about therapy. I think there was one stat that LeBron James spent like $200,000. I gotta look this up. Would you look that up, Juan? Thank you. There is he spent like $200,000 a month on just recovery equipment. So when you're playing
$200,000 a month might be a little overboard, but
it's LeBron James though. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
no.
1.5 million a year is what LeBron spends on just his recovery.
Basically twice as much as Brock Purdy's salary.
His salary, twice as much, right? And
one of the greatest NBA players.
As he should, because his body is his tool. His body is his asset. But then you have someone like that, you think, $870,000 is a year, one, in this economy. 2, with all the expenses that he has. Yeah. And then 3, knowing that you could play at that high of a level, be one injury away from having to get a real job.
Yeah. So suffice to say, we're not going to see Brock Purdy doing backflips after he scores touchdowns and getting fined because he ain't covering that cameraman.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Do we know how much Tyreek Hill's paying the cameraman?
He's
Juan's looking it up right now for us.
Yeah.
All I heard.
My guess is 75,000.
All I had read is that he's paying his salary, but I didn't see how much his salary was.
Or he's paying the fine or whatever.
Well, I thought he was paying his actual salary to be the press guy or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was paying the salary, but they haven't announced how much his salary is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Paying a salary, crazy. They haven't announced how much it is.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Interesting. Tyreek Hill's cool. It's good for him. I mean, he wasn't required to pay that, right?
No, he just did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we're Tyreek Hill fans.
Yeah.
I do have to ask you a kind of not controversial, but I just don't want to hurt your feelings.
Okay.
How's Trevor Lawrence?
He's good. Is
he okay?
The time of filming this, it was this last Monday against the Bengals. He had a high ankle sprain.
He got a boo-boo.
We were watching in the hot tub, and could you see the tears welling up in my eyes?
You cried. I gave you a hug.
I did not cry. I did not cry, but I was, you know what's so funny is, well, not funny, but I was just talking to a guy before the game, literally an hour before the game, telling the guy, we're good. We should win tonight, but tonight's a trap game.
You told that to like 3 people.
Yes.
3 people were like, oh yeah, well the Jags should win this game.
Should smash the Bengals. And I'm like, it's a trap game. This is tough.
It's a trap.
And I was like,
you jinxed them.
Well, but then I was also like, yeah, I try to temper my expectations because, I've been a lifelong Jag fan. I've seen the ups and the downs and all this. And just when I think we're really good, something happens. And, and so I was like talking all about this.
Yeah.
The first thing that happens, and I had a bad feeling when Christian Kirk, he caught that 26-yard pass, like first quarter of the game. He went down. He had a groin injury, and I was like, motherfucker. Because I knew, like, Christian Kirk, for us, he's, one of our best players. And, safety net for Trevor Lawrence. And I'm just like, fuck. But then I'm like, okay, we'll be right. And then that happens.
And then that happens. But he seems like he's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine.
He's on that special water that the NFL has. The same stuff that they're giving.
He's just built different.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence is built different.
He's built different.
He's built different than who am I saying?
Who?
The quarterback, it tore his Achilles.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Aaron Rodgers, he's on that special water that the NFL's got.
Dude's built different too. He did his the 3-day like sensory deprivation. He goes into that dark. Yep. He did that in my college town, Ashland, Oregon.
Okay, tell people what that is because I actually really want to do it.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly. My dad drives Uber down there in Ashland or the Southern Oregon area.
Okay, this is a great segue.
Yeah,
I'll tell everybody what it is. I follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
So the sensory deprivation. So basically, you wear these masks. I don't know exactly what they do, like outside of just blinding you for 3 days.
Oh, so you wear a mask in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're in pure darkness
Yeah.
for however long you choose to stay there. So
Yeah.
I believe Aaron Rodgers did the 3 days. I think you can do 10. I've seen people do 10 days of darkness.
That's crazy.
And they film you taking off the blindfold and you finally can see light again.
Yeah.
And just the like euphoric, like religious experience these people have taking their blindfolds off. Almost all of them instantly start weeping.
Yeah.
Because they've gone without seeing and then they've been just like in pitch black darkness for so long. So
yeah.
I think it looks incredible. It seems very euphoric and healing.
Yeah,
but
seems crazy.
It is right outside of where your dad Ubers.
Yeah, right. But yeah, right where I went to school, Ashland, Oregon. It's really hippie. They do a Renaissance or what the fuck is that called? It's like some Renaissance Shakespeare festival. Yeah.
Which I would say like it's a hippie town, but they do all the like the healing natural.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm all down for
for
all that.
Yeah, it's a cool oh yeah. So anyways, his healing insane.
Yes,
right?
his healing's incredible. Both him and Trevor Lawrence healing extremely fast. My mom tore her calf muscle.
Yeah.
Basically the same as an Achilles. She ruptured her calf muscle. She was out for like a year. And obviously my mom was on the last podcast and she's still extremely healthy.
Yeah.
Why'd you get that creepy smile?
Oh, because my athletic buddy John Matson, he's ruptured his Achilles.
He did.
It took him like a year to get
It took
back.
him a while. It did take him a while. But he doesn't have the special juice that the NFL has. All that
I was gonna go
equipment.
somewhere else with the Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my dad Ubering.
Okay, that's what I wanted to come back to. Yeah. Can you tell us? So your dad is an Uber driver still.
Yeah, my dad is
How old is your dad?
My dad, he was born in 1948.
I believe he's 74 to 76 years old.
Yeah, he's got a birthday coming up in January.
Okay.
So I believe he'll be 76. But
Uber driver. Can you please share some of the antics that you play on your poor father, your poor dad?
Yeah, well, we've talked about before my dad and I like to ruffle each other's feathers a little bit. But anyway, so he drives Uber and I talk to my dad every day. Call my dad every day or he calls me. And I'm a prankster.
Yep.
I know that he is very proud of myself and you, and he likes to talk to
There'll be times. I'm going to take over your story.
Yeah.
There'll be times that people will message us on Instagram and be like, hey, your father-in-law, or, hey, your dad was my Uber driver and he told me you'd send me an autograph.
Yeah, he said you'd send an autograph. Like, okay, Dad. Yeah, I'm sure half the time these folks have no idea who the hell we are. And
but it's great. He's bragging. He's a very, very proud father.
Yes.
At least one of us has one.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, for whatever reason, to this day, he still has learned, do not answer my call when I call. He shouldn't be answering.
Well, he's Ubering anyways.
Yes.
But no, he does not. Oh, well, sometimes, okay. But sometimes he'll answer the call right before he's going to pick somebody up.
Yes, that's true.
Or he'll answer when someone's in the car.
That's right. Okay, so we'll do that one first. So he'll be talking, we'll be bullshitting like normal, and he'll be like, hey, I'm about to pick up my rider. I got to go. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Well, I won't hang the phone up. And he keeps his phone on a mount because he's an Uber driver, so he can use the map. So he'll be like, hey, Austin, I got to go. And he just expects you to hang up. Yeah, which I don't. So I, hear him greet his passenger. Hey, how's it going? Where you heading to? Blah, blah, blah. And,
you got to do the full dad voice.
Yeah, he'll be talking. Yeah, so, yeah, well, you watch fighting, or he'll get right into it, and well, my son, my daughter-in-law, blah blah blah. Well, so I'll be listening to this whole thing and rolling my eyes like, gosh damn it, Dad.
And so we just have it on speakerphone. We're cracking up, laughing at your dad just bragging about us.
Yeah, so I'll let it go for a little bit. I'll let the passenger answer, and then when I feel the timing is right, I'll just start screaming, help, help, I'm stuck in the trunk, help. And I can hear my dad go, God damn it, Austin, and the passengers will start laughing, and so I'll pretend I'm trapped in the trunk. Hey, Dad.
Hey, what's up? I've still got my passengers, so be nice.
I will. It's a little embarrassing, but Dad, I got my nuts stuck in my zipper.
You're an idiot.
Mind you, you do the same thing to me when I was traveling a lot, and you wouldn't go with me. I would have you on FaceTime or on my computer, and I'd be like, oh, say, hey, babe, hold on a second. I order room service because I pretty much just hang out in the hotel room. Yeah. And I would go open the door for room service, and you do the same thing. You start screaming, help,
I'm trapped in the closet, help.
And they're like, what the fuck? So confused where this is coming from. So you're a prankster, but
so then other times he'll answer while he has the passengers, knowing, well, I'm assuming he knows, but he doesn't. He'll answer, hey, stay, I got a passenger in here. You mind if I call you back? And I'll go, well, yeah, I mean, that's all right, Dad. I had to call you. My dad's a stressor. He worries about everything. And so, I'll get that voice like, Dad, yeah, well,
just call me back.
Yeah, call me back. And he'll be like, well, what's going on? And it's like, well, I had a weird package show up. And he'll be like, okay. It's like, yeah, and I think it was to you. It had your name on it. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, so I opened it, and, it's your hemorrhoid cream or something, and the passenger will be right there. And I've heard I've done this multiple times. I've just kind of heard them go, just like
clean in the background.
Yeah, and he'll go, God damn it, Austin! I told you not to fuck, and then
but now he still doesn't learn his lesson because he still answers. But you've learned to just get straight to the point. You don't build up as much. You'll just be like, hey, Dad, did you order any hemorrhoid cream? It got delivered to my house.
Yeah. Do a lot of funny stuff.
I'm so sorry if you were ever a passenger in Austin's dad's car and you had to hear about hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah. Oh, and then there'll be other times too where, because I know he's like, oh yeah, you heard of my son, you heard of my daughter. Yeah. And so I'll call and be like, oh, yeah, Dad, well, just a busy day here on Wall Street, and, just stupid shit. But I know he's, been talking about, so I'll pretend to just be something.
Some Wall Street
like he was
guy.
just talking shit. Yeah, anyways.
Busy day on Wall Street, trading stocks.
Yeah. Pretty
Anyways,
funny.
you got a hilarious, you have an awesome father. Yeah, so you're lucky that you can still play these pranks with him.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked a little bit. Last story before we go. So just because our friend Jelly Roll, he is killing it. Absolutely killing it right now. So I got you on the Jelly Roll train. I had been a fan of him when he was more into like the hip hop.
Yeah.
Transitioned over. His song Creature is like it's one of those songs that like hits my soul.
Yeah.
Like every lyric in that, like it hits home. And then since then he's got more that just like I can't sing his music without crying.
Yeah.
Like, it just hits you, like you feel the lyrics are absolutely incredible.
And I think like it hits even more when you know him too. Like this Jelly Roll he's that dude. He's a really, really, really cool guy. Really genuine person.
So we were lucky enough. So I was a big fan of his. I follow him and his wife on social media. Oh, Son of a Sinner.
Yeah.
No. Okay, Son of a Sinner is incredible, but Save Me.
Oh,
or no, sorry. Oh my gosh, they're all good. Need a Favor.
Yeah.
Need a Favor. I can't sing Need a Favor without crying.
Yeah.
I can't. Because it just like it's like all the things I wish I could say.
Yeah.
But anyways, I follow him on Instagram, him and his wife. I've talked to his wife a little bit on social media. She is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But he ended up having a show in Coconut Creek, which is where American Top Team is. I got a hold of his wife and was like, hey, I just messaged, like I ended up buying us all tickets and I was like, hey, I just want you to know we're going to the concert. I hope you'll be there. Like I would love to see you. And she was like, oh, well, unfortunately I'm not going, but I'll let Jelly know you're going to show up. And he ended up getting your number.
Yeah.
And
which we had messaged a little bit back and forth on Instagram. And I mean, because he plays he's a big gamer
yeah,
too,
you guys are both gamers.
Yeah.
So he ended up coming and watching you spar.
Yeah. So we were texting back and forth and he's a big fight fan as well.
Yeah.
So he wanted to come check out ATT. So we got him in and stuff. And I was preparing for a fight at the time and so he got to come watch me spar and
it was the coolest, like the most humble human being. Showed up, watched you spar, watched the whole practice, even though he had a whole concert later that night.
Yeah.
We go home, we all get ready. My mom's in town.
Yeah.
So I got to bring my mom. This was one of the most special memories. Like, I don't know if Jelly Roll understands like how much this night will mean to my mother.
Yeah.
Like it was so much fun. We go to the concert. He got us backstage. So we just got to like pull our car up, park backstage, hang out on his tour bus with him and all of his bandmates. We were all drinking. I got to just see my mom like truly come alive like I've never seen in a long time. So it was like the coolest experience. Like couldn't have been more kind to all of us and more like hospitable.
Yeah.
It's like he's about to go perform.
Yeah.
But then he brings us all in to do his like pre-show prayer. And just the way he speaks, every single person was crying.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Absolutely incredible. So he's killing it. Like, just congratulations to Jelly Roll and all of his success. And it's like so well deserved. And
yeah, cool dude for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah,
but
I can tell. Yeah, brings a tear to your eyes.
It
just
really
thinking
does.
about
Just
it.
thinking about like how kind of a human he is. Then you, so your fight got canceled.
Yeah.
The one that you were training for, but he goes, he's on CMA. He's doing all of this incredible stuff. Joe Rogan, all of these like bouncing around. Then he's in his car and sends you a voice or like sends you a video just saying like, hey, Austin, I'm thinking about you. I know you're going to kill it on your fight. I've been busy, so I haven't texted, but I just want to send you a video saying like, you're going to kill it. And you're working so hard. And he said like, if you perform anything like I saw you training, you're going to kill your fight. And
friend for life. Really good.
Friend for life. Yeah.
Really cool dude.
It's like, it's when you see like genuine souls truly take off. Like you are so happy for the world. Like I'm just like so happy that he's able to share his story. Yeah. Because so many people can relate to it.
Oh man, that's the thing about him is I like so many people could really look at what he's doing and use that for inspiration both. And because he's really just a super talented dude.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's just got a really big heart, a really good heart, and I think that is like what just gravitates people towards him and stuff is they can see that. So we're happy for him.
But if you guys don't listen to Jelly Roll, if you haven't heard the song Need a Favor, that by far, Creature is incredible. That's the first one where I was like had a heart attack listening to it. So
Yeah.
good. But Need a Favor, that's my Jelly Roll song.
Love it. Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Gosh, I feel like that was a podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a great way to end it.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to head for Alaska. My mom was on the last episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I just remembered that. That was fun. My mom took off. She went home and
Yeah, we'll see her.
we'll see her for New Year's.
We'll see my dad.
We'll see your dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna see everybody. We're gonna have a killer content to talk about after Christmas. I knock on wood.
Not to interrupt.
I'm not gonna break anything this year.
Yeah. We got to get my brother on.
Yes.
Podcast.
Okay, guys, we got approval. We're trying to figure out the logistics. Maybe we'll just fly him here.
We'll just fly him here probably. Yeah.
But Austin's brother, Hunter, was on the Deadliest Catch.
He was the first famous person in my family.
He was out of me, out of you. He was on the Deadliest Catch. He was the first famous person. He had a whole episode dedicated to him.
We'll get into it all, but yeah, we gotta get my brother on. He did 3 seasons in the Bering Sea. Well, he did 3 seasons on the Deadliest Catch on the show. I think he did like 5 seasons out in the Bering Sea.
A big crab fisherman.
Yeah, he's a lifelong fisherman.
Yeah.
Different than me.
Shocking that he not, and I hope you don't take this in an offensive way. He's younger than you.
Yeah, he is.
But he seems older.
He seems older
than you.
Yeah.
He just seems like a rugged man.
It'd be fun. He's got some crazy ass stories, so that'll be a fun person to get on.
Really fun guest to look forward to.
So,
but
after Christmas, we'll get
after
him.
Christmas. Yeah. So we'll have some stories for you for Christmas. We have one more episode before we take off. But put your questions below. Comment who's punching below the belt. Should Austin have blocked the titty picture, or should he have said thank you so much for those beautiful
Well, I
titties?
still think I blocked. I think you. Well,
don't make me sound crazy. Like
no,
I
you're
forced
not
you to
crazy.
block her.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant. Well, anyways.
Exactly.
Who's punching the
Who's punching below the belt? Yeah. Send
right.
send in your who's punching below the belt. Our email is akickasslovestory@gmail.com.
Yeah, let's hear some good. I want some good like.
Now you know what we're looking for. We're looking for that raw titty picture content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
put it in. Anyways, thank you guys for listening.
Don't forget to send me. Don't forget to send.
Awesome. Send me the dick pics.
Okay,
Keep them coming.
I'm kidding.
All right, we're out.